I just wanted to make this video. I'm doing injectors on my Duramax, my LB7. So it's the one that nobody wants to do. I have to work outside, so this is going to be broken up into a couple days. But here's where I have it sitting right now. I already have, for the most part, except for maybe some wiring up here, the passenger bank cleared off. As you can see, it's still wet. The ground's nice. It was raining an hour ago. And I'm trying to get it prepped for tomorrow when I actually hope to finish, because it's going to rain here again a little bit. So I just pulled off. AC goes over there. Alternator comes off. The only reason the alternator comes off is because I wanted to get to this hose right here, and I have a screw-on clamp that faces forward. But if I had undone the thickum bolt, I probably could have just left that in place and left the alternator on. But I'm also going to be adjusting the valves and being able to see down there when the timing mark is marked up. It's good to go. This side, you definitely have to move this coolant hose. It's going to make a mess. Just prepare for it. I already drained the coolant, but as you can see, it made a mess down there. I got to remove this boost tube. I don't know if I have to remove the whole tube or just to right there. I just finished up my injectors, and I just want to give an overview. I don't really have any cool videos or pictures really to show you on this one. I needed it done kind of quick. Had to do it at night. Wasn't good light, and the GoPro is pretty terrible video quality at night, so I didn't take any videos. Check my Instagram though, secondmomentumgarage.com or Second Momentum Garage, if you want to see a couple pictures, because I did post a couple on there. I just did stock, stock LB7 injectors. Got them from Dan's. Really good price, and he's a Bosch dealer, so I know that they're good. You'll need an injector puller. I just used a wrench, like a curved screwdriver in a way. I don't know what to call the little pry bar thing underneath the injector hold downs, and popped them up for the most part. On the ones that I had space, I went to Harbor Freight, and I used my bearing puller, and they screwed right on top of the injector, and I just slide hammered them off, and they come off real easy. Proper way to do it is with an injector puller from like Merchant Auto or something. I do think that gives you the best chance of not blowing the seal on the cups by using the proper puller. Because if you're beating and hammering on them to get them out, you probably should ensure you pull the cups, and that's a tool that you'll need also. For my example, since I purchased from Dan, they gave me a loaner tool at no cost. It's actually one reason why I went with them, because they just sent me a tool to pull the cups, and then I send it back when I was done with the cores. And that was actually really helpful, so I appreciate them for doing that for me, because it would have saved me $100 or a lot of money. It was like, if you're going to buy both tools, you probably plan to spend $200 or so. As you can see in this truck, basically everything has to come off. The passenger side is significantly easier. There is a lot less stuff, and I would say on a passenger side you can do it in an afternoon. If it's not your first time, you can probably do it in an afternoon by itself. Oh, that's another reason why the passenger side is easier. Because I've never heard of a ratcheting Allen wrench, and on the driver's side you can only fit an Allen wrench for 4 of the Allen heads, and you just have to pray that they don't strip. And if they do, you're probably going to wish you had dropped it off at a shop for them to do it. The passenger side is really easy. You can get a ratchet and a socket back there and just undo everything. I would just make sure before you actually start twisting on anything, each one's torqued to about 70 to 80 inch-pounds, so not that much really, maybe 10 foot-pounds or whatever. It's not really, but over time with rust, they'll get stuck a little bit, and especially the top ones will have sealant, they'll have valve cover sealant, goop, and that stuff will effectively make it even tighter. I got new lines with it. I was recommended. Since this has got to come off if it's time, make sure to get a new thermostat. Everybody says GM only, so that's what you should do. These hoses are rubber. Everything that's rubber that comes off, replace it, because I had just recently done all these fuel hoses like within a couple months, so I didn't replace those. But everything else that was rubber that I took off, I replaced, including rebuilt this. I just want it to last. And also make sure you get your lines nice and snug. I had one that was leaking when I started to back up, and I just had to snug it down more. I would say, I don't remember what the torque spec was on it, but I didn't spec them. I just got them tight and gave them another half turn or so, and because that's all I needed when that one was leaking. I just tightened it until it stopped leaking, and that was roughly what it was. It was until it stopped leaking, or until it was snug, and then another half turn. This side was definitely the most difficult side because you had wires, you had fuel, you had glow plug controller. And this side basically requires your harness to come off. This side you can do without really removing wires, which is the convenient part. It does take like 3 clips and fit them, but I mean, wiring wise is basic on this side. I do mine quickly. It was kind of fine. I did it in the parking lot at work, so I did outside with whatever light I could provide myself at night, because it's not summertime, so it's not light till 9 p.m. Knock it out, and I did it. It took me longer than expected with those conditions, but I did it. I only stripped one Allen covered bolt, and it was right on top. Thank God. Praise the Lord for that. And I was able to get it out with some bolt removal tools. But like I said, driver's side, there's 4 in the back that I could only get to with a single Allen head, an Allen socket or Allen wrench, and I don't see any other way to get to those 4. You're not going to get a ratchet back there, that's for sure. The cab is in the way. Some people I've heard lift up the cab a little bit, but that's a lot of work. So if you want to do that, by all means do it. You got the time. I didn't. I just snugged them up as best I could with my Allen key. I used new bolts for those 4. I did not reuse the other bolts. I bought new bolts. Oh, that's one thing. I believe the injector hold-down bolts are torque to yield. So for how much they cost, even at the dealer, I think they're like $1.30 at the dealer, $1.40, something like that. Just buy your 8. Everybody says they reuse them, but I don't know. It seems like simple insurance, especially if your truck hasn't been driving. You haven't done it in 100,000 miles or whatever. I only had to replace one fuel return line bolt because it's stripped. Not that bad, enough that I was able to get out, but I think a previous owner had kind of stripped it or something, pulling it in. You guys see that hose right here? Right there? A blown piston, I've seen it done. A cup that lifted. Blown piston, a cup that lifted, or I guess bad injectors. Also, there could be a lot of smoke coming out that. Head gasket potentially too. Mine ended up being a cup. I pulled out injector number 1, and the cup came out with almost no resistance at all. So if you look at my previous videos, my intro to my duramax, add everything on that list that this truck needed, plus injectors. So did I get a good deal on it? Kinda. Only because it was, interest-free payments, buying it cheap and then paying for parts whenever I could. It's my truck. I got it running smooth. I did do the valve adjustment, which is not too difficult. The back valve, the back cylinder on number 8 is actually kind of hard to get your hands back there. So I think I actually didn't adjust one of them. Whatever one was the farthest back, that's the one I didn't adjust. Everything else I adjusted. and honestly I can't tell a difference if it's better or not. Surely it helped. It couldn't have hurt because I had two that were pretty loose, but I don't remember a big difference in how it feels or whatever. So but my truck has 360,000 miles. So if you guys have a garage, definitely recommend doing this yourself. If you can turn a wrench, you can probably figure this out. It's not that hard. It's very time consuming. Label your bolts. Don't strip anything, because if you strip stuff, you have now added hours, probably hours onto your extra time of doing this, because it's already a long job. So stay tuned if you want to see more. I'm going to be doing little things here and there to try to clean up my truck. I like it so far. Huge fan actually. Drives great.